G'day guys, Chewy here and welcome back to some more coverage of Warlords of Draenor, where we're going to be looking at the Hunter, and in particular we're going to be changing our playstyle for the first round of matches at 6.1. We're going to be jumping in as a Beastmaster. Now, I do play quite a lot of survival. I'm very comfortable with that class, or I should say specification, and now I really just want to be focusing on BM, because BM is pretty heavy right now in terms of the ladder and I guess an arena, and it's definitely up there in the top place in terms of Hunter classes. But what I prefer to do is just to give it a bit of test run in threes, because I'm really interested in the amount of damage you can do. And the main thing what I really like about the Beastmaster build is, although you forgive some of your abilities and cooldowns and traps, you get this ability which basically allows you to use Kill Command, and you can use that while kiting. So basically you can run around the box, constantly kiting them and hitting Kill Command, because you don't need line of sight to activate Kill Command. It's a beautiful ability, and of course it is quite a significant damaging blow. The opener here, we're trying to get into a grasp of a 3v3, so quickly on our team. Oh, this is a nice trap, you walk straight into it. A quick 3v3, guys. We've got a Mistweaver Monk, we've got our own warrior, which is a arms warrior, me being Beastmaster, and our opponent is a triple DPS team, which comprises of an arms warrior, Frost DK, and of course the Beastmaster Hunter as well. The focus is to drop down the arms warrior as quick as we can, because he is probably the easiest one to kill out of the rest of them, taking the fact that the heals regeneration, Frost DK, and of course the deterrence ability on the Hunter. Here's our main target. Oh, he's in kill shot range already, but unfortunately the handoff with nailing this warrior so quick and easy here is we've left our healer in quite a critical condition. At this point we want to try get at least one or two. Oh, that was a terrible trap, Chewy. And we want to pretty much try get rid of the Hunter first, because I'm pretty sure I'm confident I should be able to kite a DK. So our main focus there, you can see the warrior straight on him, is trying to destroy that Hunter, because it is really painful to be in this sort of lineup. So obviously that was a fake death. I saw that one coming. I'm straight back onto the Hunter, applying some damages there. I think he's barraging down our warrior. We're trying to line up some arcane shots and get him into kill shot range. Oh no, we've got no trinket. Oh man, oh man. Here we go, he's almost in kill shot. Another stun, come on, come on, come on. That was him, he died. He actually died that time. Yes, the warrior nailed him, so... Oh my god, the warrior's dead too. Here comes that kite mission I was telling you about. So I guess the beauty about kiting with the Beastmaster is let the pet do the damage, because this DK is going to be really focused on trying to catch up with me, and I am eating my own words by not using Kill Command. I don't know why I'm not using it. This must be like a classic. I'm used to playing survival too much. Hopefully I click into what's happening here. Yeah, there you go. I started realizing what I was doing. Really bad habit, I guess, of being a... and of course I'm trying to talk to people. And being a survival hunter, always constantly thinking about line of sight for the damage. So I guess in hindsight, now that I'm sort of onto that, you can see I'm sort of mixing up that damage a little bit better on the DK. At this point, I pretty much should be able to nail this matchup quite easily. The DK is going to get... Well, he's in pretty much in a very painful fight with me, to be quite frank. You see I'm just using, of course, that box to keep that distance, and constantly using that Kill Command while my pet's slowly eating him up. And unfortunately he's gone into Blood Spec, which you can see down there in his buffs, meaning he's just got a little bit more HP and he's going to be able to take a little bit more damage from me. He's really just trying to hang in there. You can see he's popped his stun on top of his major ability there, Breath of Syndragosa, trying to damage me down, but unfortunately... Oh, there comes the major heal. This is what it's like, guys. If you're ever in a 1v1 with a DK, it's pretty much this, right? With survival, a little bit more trickier, because you're trying to use your traps to your advantage and everything like that. In this, I'm trying to bait him out to keep the box fight away. And really, it's all about my pet nailing him down as much as I can. I've still got another deterrence, which I just popped now. My pet is able to chew him up quite easily. You can see there he's starting to switch to my pet. A really good tactic. He got another stun off of me, a very painful ability. I'm trying to line up a binding shot just to slow him down a little bit and get back onto him and hitting some more kill commands. In hindsight, I could have sat there and just kill commanded him all the way down around the box, but that would have been a little bit longer, and I really want to speed things up and try to finish this match. Here you can see we got him down to critical. There is no way you can regen now. We're going to finish him off as soon as the kill shot becomes active and win the threes match. And for our next matchup, we've got a Resto Druid, a Arms Warrior, and a Frost DK. Wow, so we pretty much just dropped the Hunter from the previous round, except now they've got a healer. Well, guys, I hate to say it, anything with a healer is generally going to be a long match. There's a few different tactics you can do here, right? You can focus on trapping down the Resto Druid and trying to smother that Fury as much as you can. Be advised that it is a Fury Warrior, so he's going to be a little bit more regenerating abilities than the other them. Than the rest of them. So he's going to be a little bit more painful. We should probably, you know, it's a hard one. I mean, the Fury, yes, in the long run, a little bit easier to kill, but it is tricky. Just like my opponent said, if he goes defensive mode, we'll have to go through the Frost DK, because although he's forgiven a bit of that damage ability, they are a little bit more survivable, unfortunately, the Fury Warriors. This is going to be an interesting match, and should be an interesting opener as well. So you can see that here they're trying to rush down my warrior as hard as they can. You can see I've switched straight onto the Fury Warrior. He is still in his battle stance. It's taken some critical damage there. We're able to nail him right down. Unfortunately, oh, we got the trap in for the Druid. Surely the Druid at this point would be, there we go, binding shot, then explosive, now explosive. Oh, I missed it. No, there it is. There's the binding shot. Beautiful. We're trying to pop back into place, keeping a little bit of distance between the healer and the Fury Warrior. You can see we're able to melt him down quite substantially. We haven't popped our major bursting ability. Here we're just trying to keep a bit of pressure on the healer, because you can see he's constantly focusing on the healing on the warrior. So if we can start to damage down the Resto Druid a little bit, I mean, you can see he's just forgoing his own personal survivability to keep the team up, which is beautiful for us. We have popped our major stampede down onto him. You can see there they've popped our Mistweaver, has protected our warrior. We're trying to keep a little bit more pressure on top of this Druid, because while we're doing all this damage to the Druid, we're sort of peeling him away from the rest of the DPS, which you can see what's happening now. Granted, what we're really trying to bait out in this instance is we're trying to bite a trap. That was a lovely frost trap. Did you see that? Well, he obviously broke it anyway, but it was still a lovely frost trap. We're really trying to force the Druid out into using his tree ability, because at that point, you know, once the Druid's used his tree, we can then really train him down. I mean, that is a really good opportunity ability you can do as well. Here I'm just trying to slow down the warrior, slow them all down, and trying to break them off from my own warrior and of course my Mistweaver monk. You can see we've gotten the warrior down quite critically. We're going for a bit of a separation ability there on the Druid. You can see he's got a stun there as well. We're trying with a cheeky little frost trap in the background there. Probably not the best laying for that trap, but is he going to walk straight into it? No, he doesn't. So we'll get interrupt. Beautiful. Quick interrupt there on the Druid, stopping the Cyclone, of course. A very painful ability. You can see there that we've got some pretty substantial damage going down, and we've sort of spread our damage amongst the warrior and the Druid. At this point, you can see I'm just focusing all my damage down onto the Druid. You can see now we're really forcing him into using his tree. He's just treed at this point. There's a couple of tactics you can do for tree. You can try to peel him away from the DPS, or you can try trap him. You can see there I'm using a binding shot. Unfortunately, we broke free of that, so that was a bit of a waste. We're trying to slow him down there, because in this form that Druid is going to be able to heal his team up oh so easily, which you can see has already happened. We're trying to slow him down. We've got the trap down on the Druid, which is beautiful. I don't think he's even got a trinket, so he'd be in there for the full timer. At this point, it would be a really good opportunity if I could binding shot. Unfortunately, we've got CDs, guys. We're trying to slow down the Druid now. Pretty much, you know, focusing on the Druid should be the big play now, because once he's used his tree, he's reasonably defenseless. You can see he's just trying to get close to me to do a bit of a stun there, right? You can see our arms warrior is catched onto what we were doing. Be in mind, we're not doing this with Vent or Skype or anything. Here we go. The kill shot to the victory, and there we have it. He's so dead. There we go. And at this point, guys, we're just going to clean it up. We've got to keep our monk alive and try to trap one of them down. Ideally, really ideally, we want to... Oh, whoa, he just walked straight into that. Yeah, exactly. Ideally, we want to be taking the Fury out first. You can see with those slows, he just doesn't have a chance. We're just nailing him. He's trying to catch up to our Mistweaver monk. But unfortunately, with those slows, he's going to be food for the hounds. We're trying for a really long-range binding shot, and we got it off. We quick execute down onto the warrior, which leaves us to the last man of the match, the DK. Thank you guys for hanging in there with the Beastmaster. I am a little bit rusty. There were two very long matches, but that's what the threes are like. They can either be really fast, they can be really short. I want to thank you for hanging in there if you watched the whole video. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.